There's kind of no end to this, you know, and you go through a whole range of emotions. There's the sorrow of knowing that, you know, your loved ones are gone forever, that the community's permanently changed. And I think that's something that we're coming to terms with today, the realization that not only have we lost lives, but our way of life, I think, is forever gone. I think the days when the Jewish community will gather at a place like this, as we've done for 30 years, to bring our families and eat jam-filled donuts and light the menorahs on our holy days without a care in the world, I think that's forever shattered. And I think that's very jarring because that's how we've lived for generations here, and it's the only way we know how to live. So I think we're gonna have to navigate a way through the grief and the personal loss, but also find a new way to live as Jewish Australians.
We saw a video, actually, we were speaking earlier to an Israeli tourist who was in Sydney and who was at the Hanukkah event on Sunday. He filmed some footage, Kobe, of that moment that you described, you know, the sugar-coated donuts and just the joy. And then the very next second, just like that, the gunshots. You know, that's how quickly peace and happiness and joy can be shattered.
That's right. And we have a lot of holy days and festivals. Some are somber and heavy, but Hanukkah is joyful. It's about the victory of light over darkness. It's, you know, marked in this city, in every park, with fetes and fun fairs and face painting and jumping castles. That's what's been shattered here, and it makes it all the more jarring, the fact that people viewed that as a target, as a vulnerable target, a place where they could hunt for Jews. I mean, it's just an extraordinary thing. And you know, that there'll be a trauma, I think, for everyone who was here, everyone who had a near miss, everyone who saw and heard what was happening. They're gonna have to deal with this and process this for a long time to come.
Alex, have a look at behind you now. Tell me what that makes you feel, and tell me what this makeshift memorial where people are coming and paying their respects like the Swans are now, what that does to the spirit.
Look,
does it help?
It certainly does. It certainly does, because we have felt horribly alone for a long time. We know that the majority of Australians are with us, and to see, you know, our sporting icons, teams like this, come and pay their respects and show their solidarity with the community, it means a lot. But at the same time, this can't just be a moment. This can't be, you know, a moment where they come together, wrap their arms around us and then go back to their lives. Things are shattered. Things are broken permanently. And we have to try to build something new together. And we all have a part to play. Civil society, sports and culture, politics. So hopefully this is the beginning of something and not the end.
You know, it's interesting when you, even just looking around now, people, you know, are, I think, taking in the impact that this has had across the broader community. You know, you speak about how this was a deliberate targeting of the Jewish community, you know, you said before, at a very vulnerable time and so exposed. But the ramifications and the ripple effects are across the whole community. And I think this sense of safety and this sense of confidence that we had within the community and of the people who contribute to society has been shattered in a way, and the importance of building that up again, that's going to be the next challenge.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, we've been saying for 2 years that when Jewish Australians are vilified in the streets, when our school kids are harassed and bullied because of who they are, when our places of worship are burned, when people are targeted in the way they have been, it's a crime against Australia. It's a crime against the values of this country. And when people descend to that sort of behaviour, it's not going to be confined to Jews. And so finally, I think there's a realisation, and tragically it took this brutality, this scale of brutality, people to realise that something is wrong with our country that we have to heal and fix together.
Can I ask you, Alex, to reflect on a more personal level, because we all know your face, we all know your name in this country. You know, you've been such an advocate for the voice of your community. You've been speaking on their behalf, and as you say, warning for 2 years that something like this would happen. Those worst fears now realised. But for you personally, do you take a minute, do you take a moment to have your own time and to let it sink in and let it digest for you?
Sometimes I think it's best not to. I mean, I had a few moments, you know, this morning and yesterday. I don't even know how much time has passed. It all seems like a blur. Just thinking about the fact that this was the first such occasion in 10 years that I wasn't here. I would mark this day in my calendar. It was the best day. The rabbi would invite me to speak. I would stand with him and embrace him, and now he's dead. And thinking about the fact that, I mean, yesterday, there were about 3 occasions when I was preparing to pick up my phone and call him, because something was happening and I wanted to call him and get his advice. And the fact that he's gone, the fact that children are dead, people who I knew and grew up with and saw are gone forever, It's really painful. It really is.
You have been prevented, and the loved ones of those who have lost loved ones, from doing normal things in the process of, however this is. It's not normal, but on any given day, some of the rituals that you would normally be able to afford have been taken away from you as well. So there's added stress around how you would farewell people.
Yeah.
There's the trauma that we can see etched on people's faces.
Yeah.
It's in the eyes, man.
Yeah.
You look around here everywhere, and there's 1,000-yard stares going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So this is a concentration of grief and trauma.
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult to navigate through. How do you even start?
Well, we're well experienced in dealing with personal trauma and communal trauma. A little too experienced for my liking, but that's just the nature of being a Jew. And it begins with the mourning process where we bury our dead, and we can't do that at the moment because of the coroner's process and the inquest that will be taking place, but we want that to happen as quickly as possible. Then we sit and we intensely grieve, we rally together, and then we slowly move out of that and move on to other things and go back to some sort of normalcy of life, of work and joy and celebration, and try to find a way to do that. But like you said, Carl, people are staring off into the distance, contemplating what their lives are going to look like, what their lives are going to be like without people who they loved and relied on, who are gone forever, but also again, that way of life, because I think that the way that we lived as Jews in this country was destroyed in a moment, and I don't think it will ever be the same again. I don't think we'll ever feel that sense of peace and belonging and freedom just walking down Bondi Beach without a care in the world as a Jewish Australian proudly. That's gone now. And I think what we'll see is the Orthodox Jews who, wear head covering and, the beards and all the gear that we're used to seeing. That's how they live. They have no alternate way of living, and they'll continue doing that. But a lot of the Jews in this country, the majority of them, are fairly secular. We kind of determine to what extent we want to show our Jewishness. Do we send our kids to a Jewish school or not? Do we put on a head covering or not? And now I think people will make choices to protect themselves. You can talk about national pride and history and not letting the bad guys win, but the bad guys won. The bad guys came here to slaughter Jews.
No, they didn't. Don't say that, Alex, because it breaks my heart to hear you say that. And
look, I think in the long term we'll prevail. We always do. But at the moment they have won. They came to slaughter Jews, and they were wildly successful at it. We came to live and to celebrate, and we're now carrying away our dead. So for the moment they've won, but you're right, as a nation and as a people, we're going to have to...
Sorry, you're just making me really emotional, because that's no, it's sorry, you don't want to hear that.
You have every right to think whatever you want to feel at this point, because, my man, you are going through hell inside your ears right now. The trauma you're seeing, the grief you're consoling, the direction, the leadership that you're showing. It's a lot, brother.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah. Look after you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank
Sorry.
you. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. No, it breaks my heart. You guys just, everyone deserves so much better than what you experienced.
Thank you.
I'd say that it's just terrific.
Thank you.
We love you.
Yeah.
We all
Thank
do.
you so
And we
much,
just,
thank you.
I hope you know that.
I do.
The community
Thank you.
does feel
Thank
this.
you.
Stay strong, mate.
Thank you so much.
Good on you.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks. All right. We'll be back with more of this today. After this, stay with us.